Okay, let's start off with list growth. Now, Duradry is well known for its aggressive testing and dynamicness in the area of list growth. And I'll quickly go over some of the examples and things they've tested just to highlight to you that list growth, your opt-in forms where you collect your subscribers from the different sources should never remain static. And Duradry is a good example of that. Okay, let me go into some of these examples. Let me hide my face for a second. Now, the three big things that I see with D2C brands when it comes down to list growth is these three core themes. No A/B testing. So you absolutely wasting an opportunity to A/B test high up in the funnel. Very easy to get A/B testing set up on your pop-up forms, your opt-in forms, but I see a lot of accounts that do have it missing. The second thing is when they have a discount offer within the pop-ups, it's usually one static generic discount for all visitors. It isn't being adjusted, using machine learning technology. You are potentially hitting holes in your unit economics, your margins. So you do want to investigate the machine learning capability around pop-ups, discount offers, incentives, and so on. The third one is dull copy and visuals. It doesn't resonate with the audience well, and it doesn't attract eyeballs. Okay, let me go into some of the examples of pop-ups that we have tested here at Duradry, or for Duradry here at Magnet Monster. And again, these are ideas, things you can incorporate in your own email and SMS marketing, list growth, practices. And I'm not going to share sensitive data here, but of course we do have the stats and the findings. So the very first one here is full screen overlay. This one here, essentially it's a screen takeover when someone visits your store. It's essentially, it's very aggressive to start off with, but we do see a high form submission rate here, which does equate to higher, place order rates in the key funnels. Sometimes it differs, sometimes it's not as fruitful as it is on like Duradry, for instance. But a full screen overlay is of course one of the things that we've tested at Duradry. We've also tested having your zero-party data collection up front. So the first step in your multi-step form is where you collect info around their challenges, their problems, their pain points, their buying behaviors, their interests, and so forth. Okay, you can see that it also gets supported with a testimonial. So it's very much, social signals, trust factors here. But this is also a low commitment. So if I select one of these options here, okay, I then get sent or pushed into step 2, where we collect the email address. So it feels like less of a commitment compared to, here's a discount, give me your email address. Okay, and you also collect zero-party data up front. We also test machine learning pop-ups. Now these pop-ups here are currently being driven by Monocle. It is a machine learning app that essentially switches out the discount depending on the learnings of the machine. So the machine, basically their tool would listen to different behaviors of the different site visitors, and then they will adjust the discount accordingly, according to a set of parameters. Okay, so it's not a fixed static 15% off discount here. It is being rotated by using machine learning for different audiences. So some people might get a 15% off, some people 10%, some people might not even receive a discount. Maybe they've purchased or they've visited the site in the past, they've made purchases previously, so you don't need to essentially give away margins by giving them discounts. Okay, so having a technology around it is pretty sweet. We have also tested value-based incentives. Can we give people a free gift with their purchase? Okay, And we are also collecting zero-party data alongside that. Value-based incentives is definitely a strong thing. Again, Duradry is doing everything according to the innovative book here. Micro commitment. So again, a low commitment type of approach on the pop-up, where would you like 10% off everything in store? Just a mere yes, no, rather than asking the email address up front. You basically get them to commit to something, and then on the next step, you are then basically prompting them to complete the form by giving their email address and sign up for an SMS and so forth. Micro commitment is essentially a psychological attempt to get people to commit to something, and then, in an attempt to get them to complete it. And then we've even tested cashback incentives. Again, there's a lot of, debate around, is cashback a better incentive? Does it cheapen the brand? Is it better than a discount? Is it a scam? Is it this? Is it that? We have, of course, we've got the data to prove that this is definitely a good strategy for certain brands, not all brands here. I'm not going to go into the reasons why, but cashback incentive as opposed to a discount, using a tool like Fondue is definitely something that we have had success with, on some of the brands that we work with. But definitely do read the fine print and ensure that you have all your ducks in order there. So here you can see, just to conclude this, if you want to be successful with email and SMS marketing like Duradry, you do want to test heavily, aggressively on your pop-ups, using different tactics, different ways. I'm not saying that this will essentially shoot up your place order rate, because it differs to different brands, and there's a big difference between a high form submission rate and people actually making a purchase. So you want to test all of that, but you want to be aggressive.